Hello everyone, this is Marshee coming to you with another Starcraft 2 cast today. Today we are on Shakira's Plateau with a Protoss versus Terran matchup as well. I'm going to start introducing these players. As the red Protoss player, we do have Rekul. And in the bottom right, we do have DKBoss as the blue Terran. Yes, that is DKBoss, that's not DKBoss, that is the DKBoss. Dad DKBoss. Anyways, I got this replay from the subreddit r/castit. It's where I get majority of my replays from. A few other games I have casted from user submitted, sending me private messages on YouTube or Reddit. Nothing on Facebook just yet. Most of my Facebook friends would just kind of like shoot me down and be like, "Oh, you're such a nerd." And you know what? I am, but I don't give a rat's ass about it. Anyways, I am Marshee. I'm just going to introduce myself a little bit. I am a young, aspiring collegiate caster here. I do go to college, and this is the last little bit of my summer. And I really wanted to pick up casting. I thought it would be a cool, nifty thing to do. And, you know, I already put my money into it. I've gotten all the cool stuff for my casting. Anyways, it looks like we are going to see a barracks first for DKBoss and getting that gas. So maybe some sort of early tech, maybe early factory, maybe something else. But we do have the money going up for Rekul, and Rekul is going to go Nexus first here. We do have a scouting prop going out. And we do have a DKBoss checking the main base. He does see that Nexus first. He does see the gateway going down for Rekul. That probe is going to go down. And we do see the forge going down for Rekul as well. So maybe trying to get some early cannons to guard this ramp here. So it made it a little bit harder for DKBoss to just go ahead and flat out end the game. We do see a tech lab coming out for DKBoss, which odds are is going to be a very quick Reaper. So we are going to have a Reaper expand here, and against this, I don't really see it that much against Protoss, but this is going to actually work very nicely against this build because static defenses are, well, you know, static and they can't move. Reapers are very mobile. They can just climb up this cliff, climb up there, and then wreak havoc in your middle line. Zergs have queens, Terran players have mariners, but for the very, very early tech level, for Protoss players, they can only have zealots, and they're slow as molasses. But he is training him. He is training that zealot already, and Rekul going to throw down some more photon cannons, not proton cannons. Protons, shooting very, very charged small particles at you until you slowly die of radiation poisoning. And we do have the command center coming out for DKBoss as well. DKBoss almost finished with that first Reaper. Second Reaper immediately started right after it, already queued up. We do have 3 more barracks coming out for DKBoss here. So it does look like we're going to see some bio play from DKBoss, which is fairly standard in PvT, so I've heard. And this very good job. This Reaper is both Reapers are being rallied to each other, or the next Reaper is being rallied to each other. And Rekul's invested in static defense, and it's not really going to help out against this Reaper. He is going to start hopping up here and going to start killing them probes. One probe dying, another probe falling, trying to get the surround on the Reaper. No bueno, says DKBoss. He is going to micro this Reaper back slowly and surely and getting a couple kills. Zealot comes into this fray, throwing a D8 charge. Another probe is going to great micro from DKBoss. He is not dying right now. This again, actually good micro from Rekul as well. He is and one Reaper does die finally, but he is pulling probes, and with this stutter step micro, DKBoss is going to slowly kill everything. We do have Cybernetics core down, and we do have the Chrono going out on the Stalker, trying to I lost my train of thought. The Stalker will have range and should be able to kill this Reaper quickly. Rekul doing a very good job microing his units backwards. Does kill 2 more probes really quickly, but this Stalker is out in 1 blast, and that Reaper just explodes into a heap of gunky mess. So the Reaper threat is over for Rekul. We'll take a look back at the Terran's base. We do see he has successfully gotten the expand up, no pressure, and he's morphing it into a command center. We do have 2 more barracks being produced, and we have the factory being produced, just so we can get that star part out on time. I forgot to mention, but this is a platinum level game. This is no sort of fancy schmancy Grandmaster Master play. This is just good old platinum, where I resided for a very, very long time before moving up into Diamond. We do have the Twilight Council coming out for Rekul. Very quick tech, only having 1 gateway out right now. You just have the Forge coming out with +1 ground armor. Warp Gate is almost finished, and there is the second. There's the second and third. Actually, just yes, second and third gateways coming up for Rekul. Rekul's playing 4 gateways, whatever. Rekul is playing very, very tech heavy here. He's already got his Twilight Council up, and he is really skipped on the units here. And DKBoss is just happily at home, just making Marines, building his own tech labs, making them Marauders, building the reactor on the factory so he can switch it out with the starport. We should say it, there it is, right there. And this will double produce medevacs. But DKBoss just happily getting his army up and running, while Rekul is just cutting every corner imaginable. Only have 3 units out on the field, 2 sentries and 1 stalker, and chrono boosting out probes left and right. Really getting it. He already has almost a 50 probes to the 32 SCVs from DKBoss. When we finally see these warp gates being switched, we do have the Templar archives coming out. So even cutting more corners, getting so far ahead technologically that it's just not even funny. But we do have a nice sizable force, a couple Marauders and a couple Marines here. And DKBoss is grabbing his other 2 gases, and we do have a push coming out for DKBoss here. And this is a very scary army, and there's not that much of army for Rekul here. He does have these photon cannons, so a direct encounter will prove into his favor, but it does look like we're going to have some drop play here. We do have 2 medevacs full of stuff being elevated into the main, and we do have a 2-prong attack here. They have this small force to attack these photon cannons, and we do have another force up in the main, and they're going to start slowly killing everything. But we do have Templar on the field, and these we do have charge out, and we do have all the feedbacks on these units. We do have a Archon being morphed in, and it looks like it will die before it is completely morphed. And meanwhile, at the front, we do have all the photons being wiped up. But along with all the units here, these 3 Marauders are going to continue to do work, and the probes are being pulled to kill these Marauders. But it does look like, one medevac does die, but another medevac does get away with all those Marines. And both Marauders do die. If we take a look at the units lost, we do have 11 workers being killed, but it still doesn't matter. That is partly because of the Reapers, partly because of those 3 Marauders being boss Marauders and trying to kill all the probes. But we do have Psionic Storm being researched. We do have +1 ground armor for the Protoss player as well. This will make those Protoss units a little bit beefier. Meanwhile, no, we do have +1 Marauders, +1 Marine, so a +1 Bioball coming out. There's the engineering bay, slowly researching +2. We do have a very small push coming out from Rekul. He does have a few zealots, stalker, and a very low health sentry, and he is going to try to take his 3rd here. So he's going to push out while taking this third, trying to expand behind this push. He does have a ton of High Templar with that Psionic Storm, and that's going to be devastating against the Bio Ball army. But we do have a bunch of medevacs out, but with all these units clumped up like this, a storm will wreak havoc on DKBoss's army. We do have very charge lot heavy. These zealots are +2, and they will start eviscerating these marines. So we're just sitting here waiting for the final battle. Or not the final battle, but waiting for a huge battle coming up. And we do have the charge lots going forth. And we do have such an amazing storm. So many units are dying right now. This bunker is doing a lot of damage, and it's still being still killing a lot of stuff. It's not quite dead yet until the fire kills it. But this will get wiped up. The SCVs are being pulled, and we do have Archons being morphed in. And these Archons, this push will be thwarted, and its Archon will get away. This poor probe does just kind of die. But we have a lot of stuff that died right there. We do have the medevacs got their work cut out for them, healing everything in sight. One medevac barely holding on with 1 hit point remaining. I don't know how that thing is still even in the air. We do have the scan going down from DKBoss and shows that there is a third. He did double produce command centers, and he is double expanding as well. But we do have another scary push coming out, and the robotics facility being morphed in. So Colossus, along with High Templar, the splash damage will be incredible for this army. And the stem forward, not the best decision. There's a ton of zealots here, and they are going to slowly slice away at this small bio ball. The Archon doing tons of damage, still has its shields, 60 shields, and it is it will stay alive. The SCVs once again being pulled, but a lot of these SCVs are just going to flat out die. So a lot of workers killed by Rekul here. The zealots do fall, but at what cost? We do have the third completely up and running for DKBoss. 2 Colossus being produced with Thermal Lance on the way. No sort of any other tech from DKBoss. No, he hasn't even scouted the robotics bay, and he doesn't even have a Ghost Academy on the way to deal with the High Templar. So this is looking really bad for DKBoss here. The supply lead 43 supply in Rekul's favor. And we do have Archons, Colossi, Thermal Lances on the way. It's almost it's halfway done right now. We have all these Archons, such great splash. Not even a natural up and running. Just a few SCVs mining at these bases. This is looking increasingly bad from DKBoss. We do have a drop coming out from Rekul, trying to even the playing field here. But that's pretty much his entire army. 6 Marines, and we do have a few Mariners back home. No Marauders being produced, but he has a ton of gas. We do have the drops coming out. But we are going to have 2 Colossus about to pop, and this is not good for Marines. And the 2 Colossus do pop out, and they are going to come over here and really shut down. Actually, just attacking the Nexus first, because why not? And the Marines do die. The Stalker will get a medevac kill, and the Archon will get this other kill of the medevacs. So now back home, we only have just a handful of Marines against a tremendous amount of splash damage. We have a bunch of Archons, a bunch of Zealots to tank for this damage, and this is just looking so bad for DKBoss here. Here comes the really big push coming, a really big army coming up the Naturals ramp. Not even bother to go for the third. We're going to target down this semi-weak command center. And we do have a few Vikings out on the field to deal with these Colossus. I don't think it's going to be enough. We do have the Marines all clumped up, and these Colossus with Thermal Lance is going to burn away at these Marines. And there it is, the blink forward, and DKBoss has left the game. No GG. and Rekul takes this game very easy. Rekul did a really good job. He just got so far ahead in tech, and after that, I guess that two-prong attack, the cannons really wiped up the first prong, and really good charge lots helped with the second prong attack. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment sections below in the YouTube channel or whatever. Whatever you guys want to do. You can also follow me at Marshee SC2. So if you will, you can do that as well. Thank you guys for watching, and see y'all later.